Laserlife is a rather abstract rhythm game from the makers of the Bit.Trip games.
It's basically 2 hours of this. Which I think is fair to say probably will not be for everyone, but there is a story threaded through it as well. It's about a dead astronaut that some advanced alien life has discovered, and for some reason these beings use the power of dull trance music to reconstruct his memories.
You guide 2 lines through each level using 1 thumbstick for each. And there are 3 main memories, each with 4 levels to work through. Every level consists of several phases. The first phase has you guide your lines into molecules and hit the triggers to pick them up.
This phase makes up most of the game, but it's just not a very good rhythm game mechanic. Picking up the molecules doesn't have any impact on the soundtrack, and at times they don't even seem to be related to the music. Worst of all, the levels in each memory simply reuse the same backgrounds and music for the whole phase. All they do is move the molecules a bit. It just feels a bit lazy. This is a rhythm game, give me some fresh beats.
Yeah, and it's unusual for these devs, isn't it? Usually every mechanic they introduce is about adding a new layer to that cool soundtrack that you're creating. That said, I do think you can still enjoy this by letting yourself just be absorbed into it. And, you know, I think the way it makes you split your brain and your thumbs between controlling the 2 lines definitely forced me into quite a deep focus.
I know what you're saying, it's just a bit tedious doing the same level 4 times in a row. I did enjoy the second phase of each level more though. In these, you just have to guide your lines through hoops, but they'd always kick in with a new song, and each had an original and interesting background. Plus they arranged the hoops much more in time with the music, so it was way more satisfying to hit them.
Yeah, those were definitely the best moments. It's just a shame the first phase seemed to always go on about 3 times as long as those bits.
Yeah, and then the next 2 phases aren't great either. You just dodge some red bits for a while. And finally, you waggle the sticks a bunch to get light to go into the astronaut. You do those 4 phases over 12 levels, and that's the whole game.
Yeah, you have to admit the whole alien memory recovery premise is a pretty cool idea though, isn't it?
It is, but they didn't really give me a sense of who this astronaut was or why I should care about them. They had a dog, got married and went to space. Those glimpses just weren't enough to tell me an interesting story. I just didn't like this game very much, and I think the scoring system is broken too.
What didn't you like about it?
Well, to get a good score, you have to get over half your points from the waggling section at the end. I don't like waggling. As long as you build up a good multiplier in phase 2 and dodge the red bits in phase 3, you'll get loads of points from just waggling those sticks. I was just so disappointed with this. It needed more interesting music, more interesting mechanics, and those visuals, it all just felt a little bit undercooked, so I'm giving it 1 star.
Well, I didn't love it either, but I thought there were some pretty good visuals and some okay beats, so I'm giving it 2.